Hello guys, I'm back again. I know you've been waiting and waiting, but I'm happy to tell you that your wait is over. We are starting the first episode of Diane's Fantasy today, and I'll just give you a little bit about the characters so that you can go with the flow. Yes. So when you talk about Diane is a beautiful girl with the average size, not dark, not a light skinned, average size, not tall, not short. It's like the average height too. She has a curly hair, a brown curly hair, and green eyes. Yes, that's Diane. And when you talk about Chanel, Chanel is tall, slim side. She has a short bob hair, and she's light skinned too. She's light skinned. And when you talk about Rick is short, dark, and Rick is actually handsome too. In fact, very handsome and has sexy eyes. The only thing that would disqualify Rick in any beauty pageant is the art. Every other thing he has. And when you talk about Terry, Rick's friend, Terry is tall. Yes, he is tall, slim, very tall. That Rick has to look up. Well, when talking to me, he is tall. Okay, those are the style of the characters. So when you are thinking about them, think about the picture I just gave you, so you can go so well with the flow. Alright, without wasting too much time, let's delve into this Diane's Fantasy. I think I gave you the synopsis the last video I made. But let me just give you another end in case of those who didn't listen to the last video. Diane's Fantasy is a romance novel, and it's about Diane. Diane is a multi-billionaire. She's young. She's 20 years old. She lost her parents when she was very young, around 14 years or something. But she fell in love with Rick, who is the very opposite of the kind of guy she wants. I want this kind of guy, he wants this kind of girl. Rick is the opposite of what Diane wants, and Diane is the opposite of what Rick wants, but they fell in love in a ways. Okay, so Chanel is Diane's best friend, while Terry is Rick's best friend. Chanel and Terry are dating too. Yeah, so it's all about the novel revolves around them and around love. It goes deep about love and trust and even those risks. So let's just go into this because of time. So Diane's Fantasy coming to you right now. Okay, it's published by Blue Grey Scripts. This novel is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are the products of the author's imagination. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, events or locales is entirely coincidental. Copyright 2018. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, and including photocopying, recording, or by any information storage or retrieval system without the written permission of the publisher except where permitted by law. So for him, my all-in-law, God, and the quote, sometimes when you think the world is crashing on you, it's actually building on you, by Emerald Lordsfame. Acknowledgements for help and advice freely and generously given me during the planning and writing of this novel. I thank the following. Tomisi Adediji, you gave me the idea to turn Diane's fantasy script into a novel. Raken Tomi for our second eye and motivating words. Dr. Tosin Adesanya, my bosom friend and sister, who offered her expert mind in adjustments to medical parts of the novel. Introduction. Are you ready? The room was filled with sweet aura. Everywhere smelled of roses from the air freshener sprayed earlier, and the expensive cologne Diane wore. Her cologne was the most expensive, if not her wares. She delighted in expensive and ocean-like scent cologne. Wedding accessories lay beautifully on the bed, while Diane and Chanel took their position beside it, checking them out. Diane picked the gold rhinestone bracelet. Check this out, this is beautiful. Yes, Chanel collected it. It's perfect for my gown, with the accessory we bought earlier. And the shoe too, because of the rhinestone. Anyways, gold goes with any color, Diane said. Diane picked the rich blue heel on the bed, and Chanel looked at the other shoe on her leg. Are you sure the gown is exactly the color you told? Trust me, darling, I'm not colorblind. Diane went at her. Chanel giggled. I hope so. Here, pull the other one on. Let's see the beauty. Chanel did that, and they both admired it. Wow, Chanel admired. Diane chuckled at her expression. It's like it was made exclusively for you. She looked at Chanel's protected tummy and exhaled. Are you sure this is a good idea? What's not a good idea? Chanel was confused, but then she saw that she was looking at her protected tummy. Oh, this? She smiled. I have told you not to worry yourself about this. All that matters to me now is that you guys are finally getting married. Not anything else. It has stretched alright. 10 years is not a small journey. Moreover, I'll be due in less than 2 weeks, so I have 2 huge months to rest, huh? Diane nodded. So stop all this. I just think... Don't! She lowered her voice. Think. I'll be fine. In fact, I am fine. Oh wait, Chanel, do you have someone else you want to use already? Diane shook her head. Good. I am going to be a bridesmaid and that's fine now. No more word about it. Chanel was firm and Diane smiled at that. But do you think it's a good idea? I mean, a married woman as a bridesmaid? I haven't heard of that before. And do you have the single woman you want to use? Don't forget, I am the only friend you have. Chanel teased. And I don't care if married women don't do it. I'm doing this. And anyways, there's a first for everything. She looked at Diane. Do you even know how long I've been waiting for this? Come on. Chanel waved her away. Diane laughed. Alright, I know you wouldn't miss this for anything in the world. No, I wouldn't. And I'm gonna make your dream come true. You better. They laughed. So, when are those dresses arriving? Chanel asked. Soon, my dear son. Please let them come soon, cause I can't wait to see them. You don't worry. Jeez, Chanel. If you continue like this, I am going to change my mind about the wedding. Chanel burst into laughter and Diane chuckled at her laughter. Chanel's laughter withdrew rapidly to smiles. She smiled at Diane with emotions. Diane saw her and wondered, what? You know, it's surprising how life works. How? Remember, you used to tell me the kind of guy you would love to marry. Your fantasy guy? Yeah. Diane smiled thoughtful. Tall, athletic, slim, white complexion, very handsome and can dance. Mario Simario and Sean Paul combined. Chanel chuckled. Diane chuckled. She was smiling. Yeah. And now, who knew you would end up loving the very opposite of what you wanted like mad? Well, the center is handsome. Chanel winked at her. Diane laughed. Well, as the saying is, man proposes and God disposes. Chanel digested that. Anyways, don't worry. You could still have him. Diane looked up at her sharply. What? Kidding, Chanel laughed and slugged Diane playfully. What happened to the spirit of don't give up? When there is life, your wish could still be granted, huh? Smart, using my words against me. POC, it's don't worry, and that's the wish will still be granted? Would happen in your dreams. Got my man already. Chanel laughed and then chuckled at her laughter. And then we moved to chapter 1. And this is years earlier. It was a sunny day at Crescent University. Everywhere was lively and flooded with people. Students, lecturers, and visitors walking up and down with their books and bags, busy with one thing or the other. Playing, laughing, rushing to classes, or simply standing. But to Diane, her phone was the busy and lively one as she pressed and pressed while she waited by her chair, just a stone throw to the building of social science department. Though the sun was high and would have been blamed because it was summer, but the baseball cap Diane wore managed to put a shadow on her face, and the barely leafy tree she parked under pulled some shadows on her with few rays of sunlight. She seemed to have targeted it. She made her only business the phone she was holding. Diane was a picture of a very beautiful girl. Green eyes, light-skinned, average size and height, with a long curly brown hair. Her weight and height were proportional to each other. And to cap it all, at 20, she was the sole heiress to multi-billion dollar properties. But she was not anything like the spoiled brats of rich parents with shoulders high and chins up whose legs couldn't touch the ground. She was nothing like that. Diane never made this beauty and status of hers threat to others or become a superior bully. She was large at heart, and her friends were the common people, if not the poor, and these were the only fault of us. She waited graciously by the jeep just then. Chanel, her age mate and best friend, slim, taller, dark, with short bob ginger hair, walked out of the social science building and towards her. She smiled, seeing Diane waiting. Chanel was a girl from an average family, and it was always an amaze to her as to how she became best friends with a young multimillionaire. Though she never knew the extent of her wealth, it was a disturbed thinking about it, and at the end of the thoughts, she would always come up with the conclusion that it was just meant to be. It was still so vivid in her mind the first day they came to the university for their admission. Diane had asked her way to the admission building, but she happened to be new to the school for admission also, and she just smiled, looking at the awesome sight of Diane. She was obviously from a silver plus diamond background. If there was something like that, she had thought, someone should actually invent that. Shana stared at Diane, and Diane wondered why she wouldn't answer her but kept staring at her. So she repeated herself, but in a slow and stressed expression now. Do you know the way to the admission building, please? Chanel smiled and shook her head. I'm a fresher too. I'm trying to find my way to the admission building also. Oh, Diane said. I wondered why she was gazing at her. By the way, you look good and you're beautiful, Chanel said, smiling. Diane was short of words. She furrowed in confusion and managed to say, thanks. She was used to guys saying that, and lots of girls she knew didn't even care about how she looked or what she put on because they were probably putting on the same thing or something more expensive. Even if they felt she was beautiful, they would rather swallow it up than spill. Their ego wouldn't just let them say it. She was amazed, and this was coming from someone beautiful too. Did she even look at herself? Diane gazed at her thoughtful, but the gesture got to her and she didn't know when she said it. Likewise. Oh, Shana was surprised. Thanks. She didn't even know she's beautiful? Diane was thoughtful and couldn't help it but ask, what, you don't know you're beautiful? No. I mean, I look at myself in the mirror and I get compliments from, but I've not had someone like you appreciate me. Someone like me? I wonder what she meant by that. Diane decided not to probe further. She smiled. Well, I guess those like me are bitches then. Chanel giggled at that. Diane found that giggle amusing, and she giggled too. And then she held her hand out. I am Diane Murray. Chanel West. Hands. Smiling. They held each other's hand, smiling and staring at each other. Soon Diane was finding it awkward and she looked away. Her eyes strayed few meters away from where they were and she saw the signpost. Oh, that's it! The admission building, she grinned. Chanel turned and saw the signpost too. Wow, sharp eyes! She chuckled. Let's go. That day was the beginning of something new and wonderful in their lives. They never skipped a day without seeing each other. Done? Diane's voice intercepted her thoughts. Shana was snapped back into the present. Diane was looking and smiling back at her. Yes, darling, let's go get our doctors. Chanel dropped nonchalantly. She squinted and then laughed. The statement she just made sounded too possessive to her ears. Diane chuckled. Yup. She tilted her head to the passenger side, up and down. Shanna walked to the passenger side of the car. They hopped in and drove off. Rick was at his reading table in a pair of blue jeans and white underwear, reading. Terry, his roommate and best friend, was dressing up for class. Rick was a short, dark-skinned guy, maybe 5'5", but his weight and size were proportional to his height. He had sexy eyes and a perfect shape, slim build that one would think he often worked on his body and tummy to make sure they didn't go out of shape. If he went for modeling competition, his height would be the only thing to disqualify him. Terry, on the other hand, was tall, cinnamon-skinned, with an average body mass, a perfect shape for his height also. Rick's neck always had to go up in 160-degree angle when talking to him. At times, Rick would ask him to move back just so he would have his neck in the right angle and bearable shift during the conversation and not have to go through the stress of looking up consequent to neck ache. Terry poured a murmur of complaints as he dressed. Rick looked at him and chuckled at his no figuring out words of murmur. "You're not going to this class is not a necessity," Rick pointed out. Terry turned to him sharply. "What? You want me who fell?" Terry turned to him sharply. "This is kind of very difficult. I mean, I know how to pronounce it, but this guy doesn't." "Okay, let's go." Terry turned to him sharply. "What? You want me to fail? How can I pass if I don't take classes?" "I don't know. Read your books." "I'm not going." Terry looked at him. He then ignored him and continued dressing. "We don't attend same class. I chose this as optional, you didn't." "Exactly, you chose this on yourself, so quit complaining and disturbing me," Rick said and resumed reading. "But how was I supposed to know it would be like this?" Terry argued. "Research?" Rick was thoughtful. "Tell me something, Terry. Why do you hate this lecturer so much?" "I don't know. Maybe because the way he lectures is sluggish. Do you know roughly 80% of the class sleeps during his lectures? And even the way he dresses like hair move out roll away the big sun on Jesus' tomb. I'm telling ya, when he walk by a lake candle, the fire will go off." Rick looked at him in surprise. "Seriously? Jesus' tomb?" He laughed. "Well, thank God no one was needed to do that." "Exactly. If not, I really believe he did it," Terry said, combing his hair. They laughed and Rick started packing his books together. That would have been a good name for him though, you know, Reggie the Stone Roller. Rick scoffed. That sounded ridiculous. He walked to his bed with his books. There were two beds in the room, one for Rick and the other Terry. Rick's bed seemed larger. He sat on the larger one, placing his books on the floor by his side. "No, really, I think he's nice. You know, people would love the name and they also would be popular and honored for their deed. And who knows, he might be from the generation and bear Rick's stone roller," Terry argued, lost in his words. Rick looked up at him with a frowned expression while Terry pondered on what he had just said. That sounds lovely, Rick, stone roller," he repeated in a stressed manner and nodded satisfyingly. "And I'm sure God will really bless that household for doing his only son a great favor, and you wouldn't be in this wretched situation now, and you'll be in a mighty well, which would also be passed on to me, because I'm your best friend. Or you might not even be my friend at all, and only see me in TVs, hearing my voice from afar, and nursing the dream of meeting the greatest Rick Stonewall or something. Rick said with the side of his upper lip slightly up, teasing Terry for his silly words. Terry was thoughtful that it was very obvious he didn't realize Rick was teasing him. Just that food? Terry grinned at Rick. That would be lovely, don't you think? Rick frowned at his friend in a silly facial expression, wondering if he was throwing his tantrums back at him, or he was really being silly not understanding the sarcasm. He smiled. Aren't you amusing? Are you not going to? The door opened, and Rick and Terry looked back to see Diane. My love! Rick jumped out of bed and embraced her. I'm leaving, Rick Stoneroller, Terry announced, picking his bag, and turned to Diane. I, Miss Stoneroller, who be? Diane looked at Terry in confusion. Terry continued. Of the son working who have you for your boyfriend's forefathers? Diane was confused, but went with the flow. She chuckled and shrugged with her eyebrows raised. How would I know? Terry laughed. Rick was shocked at that, and he slugged Diane's arm. What? Diane shrugged at him. Terry laughed and hugged Diane tightly. Oh, Diane, I love you. He looked at her. You flow with the flow. Thank you, she said in a confused state. I love you too. Rick chuckled, watching them. Don't tell Chanel I said that. She nodded. And don't tell Rick. She winked. I want, it's a little secret. Hey, I'm here, Rick announced interruptedly. Terry stopped abruptly and followed at Diane. Did you hear someone talk? No, just you. You? He shook his head. Nah. Seriously? Rick said, looking at them in amazement. Terry laughed and slapped Rick's arm. See ya. He left the room. Rick chuckled and watched them leave. Then Diane gave him the tell me look. Don't worry, it's just crazy. Rick smiled at her. He saw her fixed gaze on him, not blinking, and he knew she wouldn't budge. Okay, I'll tell you, but not now. Of course not now. She dipped her hand in her purse and brought out a bundle of notes. Yeah, I came to give you this. I have a class now, so I need to rush. Thanks, my love. He collected it and kissed her on the forehead. Let me walk you to the car. They walked out of the room. Diane and Rick walked towards a jeep, arm in arm. I don't know why you let that man harass you over this silly building when you have a mansion missing you. If he needs his house, then leave it for him and come live with me. Diane said, a bit pissed. I mean, this is getting too much. Diane lived in a very big mansion alone. And even though she had been the one paying Rick's rent, she had always wanted him to live with her. And this issue of needing the house Rick's landlord brought up couldn't make her more happy and pissed at the same time that the landlord is disturbing our love. The mere thought of anyone making her love's life unbearable pissed her off easily. She couldn't bear the thought of a man being sad or less happy. Well, it doesn't look like I have any choice left, Rick exhaled. But how about Terry? What about Terry? You of all people should know Terry has no problem. He can take care of himself. Unless you mean he will miss you, which of course I agree, he will. And if he needs my help, which I don't think he will, I'm here and ready to help, Diane said. Thank you, my love. Don't do that. It's my duty to be there for you and anyone close to you, Diane said and opened her car. Rick smiled. So, later, in the evening? Yes, I'll see you after class. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't worry, there's more to enjoy. Just join me in next week on Tuesday to read the next episode, which is going to be episode 2. And I urge you to please leave a comment, that will kind of motivate me to read to you. And please subscribe if you haven't, and turn on your notification button so you can get alerted every time I post a new episode. My name is Emerald Lordsfame in case you're joining us for the first time. Thank you guys. Yes, if you enjoyed this video, just give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Ciao.